Good morning. It's Friday, May 4th. Xcode and iTools spoofing has been going for like a month now strong. Xcode has been around for like 2 years practically, but the big shadow bans went out on March 31st, and then a lot of people got hit with those failed to log in issues on April 16th and April 17th and the days following. But Xcode iTools users are having no problems. We're going strong. So I'm going to show you how to do Xcode on OS X. And if you need to use a virtual machine, it works fine. I have a Mac Mini going here with OS X 10.11 El Capitan. I have a virtual machine running on my main laptop, which actually runs better than the Mac Mini. So if you need to use a virtual machine, that's a totally viable option. The only reason I need to use the Mac Mini is because it's literally impossible for me to do a good video or stream using the virtual machine. It's not going to happen. So that's why we got the Mac Mini going here. And I am broadcasting over AirPlay, so I'm going to be unable to do any screen streaming. So when I show you the iOS, it's going to be just like this, but you get the idea. I'm just going to show you that the character's moving. But I mean, this is live. This isn't a trick video or anything. I have a bunch of people that are doing this. This isn't like a clickbait video. This is legit good information. I'm not like I said, I'm not doing clickbait or fake information. Like, this is all totally going to be helpful if you're interested. So if you go to spoofertricks.com, I have guides on how to set up the virtual machine. I also have guides on how to set up Xcode and the webspoof app. So if you're watching this video, I'm assuming you already have followed the guide. It's honestly easier, like, I guess maybe at some point I'll do a video, but it's easier for you to just follow the guide and get it set up and take it step by step and make sure you do each step exactly. And if you don't have it set up, maybe this will wet your whistle. You'll get an idea of what web spoofing with Xcode is all about. So the first thing that I do, and there are multiple ways to do the GPX spoofing, but this is the way I do it. This is how I recommend doing it. Open up the webspoof app. Now, this is the app that you downloaded from GitHub, and again, you should have Xcode already installed. So when you click on the webspoof app, it will open, and then Xcode will start opening by itself. And you need to just not touch it. I know it's very tempting to click that icon, but just leave it alone. Don't touch it. Let it just load. If you start clicking and the Xcode icon, it might open up new instances. Like right now, I'm super tempted to click it, but don't click it. Just let it load. And I know you're like really excited about this webspoof app here. You see the Pokeball, you see the map, you see the navigation and everything. It's very exciting. No, just don't do anything. Just let it load. Again, this is an old Mac Mini. You can pick these up for $50, $60, $70 on eBay. They're actually like not terrible computers. If you can find one with a solid state drive, it's gonna be faster than this one. This one has a hard drive. And I have an extra solid state drive I was gonna put in it, but I'm not gonna like try to open this up. Like, I looked at how to do it, and I'm sure I could do it, but I don't want to risk like messing it up, because you need to move the Wi-Fi antennas and like disconnect them and stuff. And like, I've done like some really serious repairs on MacBooks before, like taking the screens out, switching stuff around on the motherboard, like completely like just gutting them out, like reconnecting the wire behind the screen. Like, I'm pretty sure I could do it, but I honestly don't want to like mess with it, because this does work fine for what I'm doing. So once Xcode loads, the first thing you want to do is go up and make sure that your phone is recognized. If your phone isn't getting recognized, that's a whole other issue. You got to figure that out. You got to get your phone recognized. But up on the top bar here in Xcode, you're going to see right here, it says Poke Web Spoof, and then next to it, it says, follow my icon now, it says the name of my phone, and it's gonna have all these down here. These are all simulators. If you click those, it's gonna run programs to like a simulator on the Mac OS X. So you need to make sure you click your specific phone name. I could see somebody probably clicking like one of these if they have their phone model listed here. And this is actually an old version of Xcode. I was able to add iOS 11 support to it, and I have a guide on how to do that on spoofertricks.com. So even if you have an older Mac and an older version of Xcode, you can still add iOS 11 support, which is awesome at the time of recording this video. And actually, you can download the old versions of Xcode on the Mac developer site, so I think this should be pretty future-proof. So once you get your phone selected, click over here on the package name, the Pokemon Web Spoof. And again, there's multiple ways to do this for the GPX spoofing, but I'm just showing you one way. When you go over here under General, it's going to say Bundle Identifier. It's going to say .com IM4X. You want to say where it says IM4X and just put in a custom name for your bundle, and make sure that every time you do this, you use the same bundle name, because it associates with your Xcode developer iOS account. And if you have too many bundles and too many programs associated, you will get locked out because you're only allowed to have 5 per week or something. So just as long as you always use the same bundle identifier, you should be good. And if you get an error message down here, you can just Google it and figure it out. But I mean, like, I launched this program like multiple times per day and I don't have any issues. So then go down to signing and select your team, and if you've already set this up, it should have your team name in here. If you didn't though, and you're just trying to figure this out quick, you go into preferences, accounts, and then you just sign in with your iOS account, and it'll have your team there, and just that's the team that you're selecting here. And then right here, provisioning profile, Xcode manage profile, under that signing certificate, it should just have your name there. It looks good to go. So just the two things you got to do are change the bundle ID and select your team from right here. So if your phone is plugged in, if you can have the Pokemon Go app running now, that's fine. You go up to the top here where it says play and click that. And again, if you're following this and you're having issues, it's probably because you didn't set it up right. You need to go to spoofertricks.com and follow my guide on how to set up Xcode, how to set up web spoof app, how to set up the virtual machine, whatever you got to do. Just follow the guides up there, and maybe I'll make a video on it at some point. But again, just follow the guides. I think that's going to be a lot easier for you because I have zoomed in pictures of every step. It's very, very comprehensive. I spent a long time making the Xcode guide, and I spent a very long time making the virtual machine guide. So just watch up on this top bar here. It's going to say compiling, loading, blah, blah, blah. You got to wait for it. If I do this on my virtual machine, it honestly goes so much faster. When it says build succeeded, that's good. That means it's running. On your phone now, this white app is going to pop up, and that's basically the app that we just made and sent to your phone. I'm just waiting for it now, because it has to send something to your phone. There it goes. You can't just go in and do all this stuff. You have to push some kind of app to your phone, and then all the shit that we're doing is going to be stuff that we're doing to this app, and then the app does stuff to your phone. Just for a little insight. And I'm just waiting now to see that just came up. It says launch Pokemon Go. You don't have to do it through there, but it's just kind of convenient, I guess. So at this point, it doesn't always work the first time, and sometimes I have to do it a second time, but I'll just do it multiple times just so you can see exactly what we gotta do. You go to debug in Xcode, click simulate location, and then click Pokemon location. And then I just teleported. Now I'm gonna, on the OS X, I'm gonna go into Pokemon Go Web Spoof app and click auto update Xcode location. Now I don't think it's gonna work. I usually have to do this a couple times to get it to work. I'm gonna start tapping on the keyboard. Let's see if I move. Okay, so it didn't work. So you see these red errors over here? That's fine, just ignore those. Go back into here, into Xcode, click stop, and I don't know why, just whenever I do this, I have to do it twice. I don't know, but it does work when I do it, but you just get it going twice. I don't know. I don't know. You gotta do it twice. I don't know why. Maybe you only have to do it once. Maybe you're a special snowflake. I don't know. So I clicked play again, and this time it went fast. It says running. I got the white thing on here again. I'm gonna click that just to load the app up again, which again, you don't have to do it through there. You can just go into your phone and start the app again. Click on debug in Xcode, simulate location, click Pokemon location. And again, I teleported. Now I'm gonna load up the web spoof app again in OS X. I'm gonna clear out these red errors here. And I'm gonna start tapping on the keyboard. Let's see if it works. No? Okay, I'm gonna do it a third time now. Click play, and I think maybe the reason it didn't work is because you're supposed to click auto update location first. But anyways, in Xcode, I just hit play again. I'm running it again. This came up. Now in Xcode, I'm gonna click debug, simulate location, Pokemon location, and now see how the umbrella is spinning on the Mac OS? That's good. It's gonna work this time. When you see that umbrella spinning, just wait. I was having problems with this before because I wouldn't wait. I would start freaking out right here and close it and restart it because like it didn't work the first time, sometimes it didn't work the second time, and then I get to this point and it starts like, I think it freezes, and then I freak out and I close it. No, this is good. If it does this loading, spinning umbrella, rainbow thing, that's good. It means it's about to start working. So just let it load, just chill, don't touch it, you know. Maybe if you have a little itch, you know, scratch that. Okay, so it's good. I'm just gonna double check again, simulate location. Okay, it's clicked. I'm gonna go into the web spoof app again on the OS X. I'm gonna clear out the red errors, and watch this, it's gonna work now. I'm gonna tap on the keyboard. Watch, look, I'm walking. So I'm tapping on the keyboard and it is walking. So there you go. I'm just gonna demonstrate now some stuff in the web spoof app. This is just sort of a loose tutorial, just sort of get you a little more comfortable with it. You're gonna notice right here it says latitude and longitude. Do not change those. If you try to modify these entries, it will crash the software. This web spoof app does not work with like international stuff. You need to keep it like USA, maybe Canada. I'm gonna type in battery. I know it sucks, right? But if you want to do international stuff, just GPX codes are going to be your friend, or GPX routes. Honestly, like this is good honestly for like if I'm streaming or like I'm just sort of like scoping out a nest or something. But like if you're really like gonna start playing hard and like farming some serious stuff, like GPX routes are the way you're going to want to do it, which is what I'm going to show you next after I cover this app. But this is a great app, and I do definitely recommend this over iTools, you know, assuming you're going to be playing in a US location. If I figure out how to apply international locations to this, I'll do a follow-up video. Maybe I'll redo the whole video. But let me just type in Battery Park, Greenway. If you've watched my streams before, you know this is my favorite place to go. And you have options now from your current location. You can either go cycling, subway, truck, car, teleport, whatever you want to do. If you are a little more stressed out about teleporting, maybe you want to do a realistic sort of thing, you can check one of these, I guess, take a car. But I'm just going to click teleport and go right there. And let me just show you on the app again. So I click start autopilot teleport, and boom, there, I teleport to Battery Park. And I'm going to go on the keyboard now with the tap, tap, tap. And as you can see on the app, I am moving around. I am controlling that with the keyboard right now. This is not a recording. So there you go. I hit the catch limit, so I'm afraid to even shiny check this stuff right here, but I'll do it anyways. Shiny check the carp, not shiny. And the Makuhita just despawned, I think, so okay, good, because that's what I need, so I don't want to see that shiny. So in the Xcode now, if you want to type in okay, so down here on the bottom here in the web spoof, you have options for how fast you want to go. You have 3 different speed settings, and that applies to the keyboard walking. I just showed you how to do the teleporting and selecting a location. If you do want to like do an autopilot move sort of thing, if I type in like Bronx, borough of Bronx, and it works really well if you type in like addresses and just click walk. start autopilot, and it tells you it's going to take 2.5 hours to walk to the Bronx. Click start autopilot, and it will take a pedestrian route. So you see on the web spoof app, the Pokeball is moving. On the phone, my character is walking. And it goes at a pretty good speed, so if you're using gacha, like, you're gonna get some good mileage out of it. So that is like every feature in the Pokemon Go web spoof app. This was developed by an independent coder, so it's not like, you know, it's not quite as polished as iTools is, but it is a amazing and powerful app. And once you use it more, you will figure out more and more tricks to it. Let me just go under the hood really quickly here. I'm gonna click auto update Xcode location, turn that off, just because I'm not gonna be using this app anymore. I'm gonna leave it open though, just so I have my options available. The way that this works is in the web spoof package here in Xcode, there's a file called PokemonLocation.gpx. And if you open up this file, you will see that it has a longitude and a latitude coordinate. And when you're using the web spoof app, what it's doing is sending these coordinates that you're creating on the map into the Xcode file, and then when you clicked debug and you selected simulate location Pokemon location, what you were doing is you were selecting this GPX file. So this web spoof app is really just, it's a live GPX coordinate creator. So that's how it works. Now, with that being explained, now it might make a little more sense when I show you how to load GPX files. If you go to spoofertricks.com, I have some great GPX files pre-made right now. The one that a lot of people are using is for Paris Mall. It hits all the good stops, and I'm going to show you how to use this one before. During the Earth Day event, when we had a lot of Whalmer spawns and that was shiny, we had a Whalmer nest that I made a GPX file for that a lot of people were using. If you want to make your own GPX file, go to gpxgenerator.com, and I have a tutorial on how to do that on spoofertricks.com. But I'm just going to go and show you how to load a GPX file into Xcode now. Click debug, go to simulate location, click add GPX file to project. And we're going to get another umbrella spinning here. And if you go to your wherever you downloaded it to, this is my Paris Mall file. I have it available in 4 different speeds. I'm just going to pull up the fastest one so that it's more dramatic for the video. And you click add, and make sure it adds to the correct target, which is Pokemon Go web spoof. It doesn't show this on my newer version of Xcode. Like this one on the older computer I'm using right now, it shows it. On my newer virtual machine, I have Xcode 9.3, and it doesn't ask for this. So just click finish. Like I said, if you're using a more modern version, it won't ask you for that stuff. And again, it did not update on the phone, so I'm just gonna go into Xcode. I'm gonna click play. Up in the top again, it should say build succeeded. Then I'll click debug, simulate location, and it's already loaded in there. France, Paris Mall, version 1, run fast, and let's see if it works now. It pulled up the white screen again, and let's go check out the app. And there you go. I'm walking in Paris. And that route will just continue. It'll circle around and around and around forever, as long as, you know, the program doesn't crash. Like, I had it running for many, many hours. I know with Go Plus, sometimes the GPX file would just stop running after a while, so this is definitely a more powerful app. If I look at the GPX file in here, you see it has the coordinates, and then underneath that, look, it has an elevation. It does have the elevation information, although I've been told that Xcode will discard the elevation information. So, I mean, if that's something you're really worried about, I guess, like, don't use it. I mean, I'm using this on my level 40 account, so I'm not going to say anything else beyond that. you see there's also a time tag, and that's what determines how fast it goes. There's no way to go into Xcode and just click run this at a different speed. Like when you make the GPX file, you have to set how fast it's going to run. And if you use gpxgenerator.com, it'll give you options for just how fast you want to run the route. There's 4 different settings. There's walk, walk fast, run, and then run fast. So that's it. That's Xcode for you. You can, and then when you're done, you can just unplug whatever. Oh, let me show you one more awesome feature. If you hit debug, simulate, look, where is it? There's a setting in here to pause it. Let me see. Now, I can't remember how to pause it. If you click simulate location, don't simulate location, it pauses. Okay, the reason I got confused there is because in Xcode 9.3 there is an option to pause it, so I'm not seeing that in my version. But I just went into simulate. I went to debug simulate location, and then I hit don't simulate location, and it did pause me there. So I'm not totally sure if you can just hit yeah, and it just launched me back. Okay, wait, I think I just found it. Okay, going back into debug, simulate location, Paris Mall. Let's see if this works. And this is just a really informal video. I'm not going to edit this down, so I'm sorry if you're offended that like I didn't know what I was doing there. Let's see if this works. Go into Xcode, hit pause. Let's see if this works. Okay, it did pause me. Let's see if I jump anywhere. Okay, that's good. If you just do that in Xcode, you're good. It paused. And then if you go back into Xcode again and click resume, continue program execution, it should start again back from where you were. So there you go. That's how you do it. Look on the Mac OS screen again. There you go. I just figured that out live for you. Hit it is a little different on 9.3, I think, but I think it's also still down on this bar if you want to just do that. So watch on the OS X again. I'm going to hit the pause button. So maybe if you're running the file and you want to stop next to the gym, or if there's like a ton of spawns you want to hit, you could do that. And then just hit resume again, it'll take you back to where you were. And if you load the GPX file in again, it'll start from the beginning. So just the one thing you want to keep in mind if you are going to make custom GPX files is to make sure that it ends really close to the start point, because you know, as soon as it ends, it goes back to the start. So just try to make it really close so it does a loop. If that's what you want to do. It's totally custom. Do whatever you want. So that's my video. Thanks for watching. Join the Discord if you want support, if you want to talk to me directly, if you want to talk to our mods, our community, just talk, you know, possibly get some support with stuff. We are, you know, unofficial, so, you know, I can't like make any guarantees about any with the level of service you're going to receive, but, you know, spooftricks.com for the resources, but more importantly, join the Discord. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.